Howdy. My name's Doug Holub. Welcome to the broadcast this week. This week we're talking about the owner's manual for life. You know, life is like an automobile. If the automobile is well maintained, if there's enough air in the tires and there's enough oil in the engine, there's coolant in the radiator, you're able to drive down the highway in comfort and in safety and get where you want to go. But here's the owner's manual for my 2004 Ford Ranger pickup truck. Now, if you look inside here, it tells you how much air to put in the tires. It tells you to use 5W30 motor oil in the engine and how to read the dipstick and make sure you got enough oil in it. You know, this is my pickup truck. I don't have to do any of this stuff. I can run that truck any way I want to. It's mine. But if I want that truck to last, if I want to avoid having to buy another one in 6 months, I'm going to do what the owner's manual says to do. Now, how can I be sure that this owner manual is giving me the correct information? Well, I can be sure because the guys that designed that pickup truck wrote this owner's manual. They know that truck better than anybody. And they know what kind of oil it should have. And they know how much coolant needs to be in the radiator. And if I'm smart, if I'm wise, I will take care of that truck like the owner's manual says to take care of it. And in the same way, the person that created you and the creator of this universe has left us with an owner's manual for life, has left us with a book that tells us how we ought to live, that tells us how we ought to maintain our lives. It tells us how to make the decisions and the choices, tells us the attitudes and the practices that we should have to make our life as good as it was intended to be from the beginning. I live a couple hundred yards away from an elementary school here in Irving, Texas. And my office is behind my house here. And I can often hear the children as they come out for recess a couple times a day, in the morning and the afternoon. And every time I hear those kids come out to play at recess, I am reminded about how good life can be. And I encourage you to stop sometime when you're near an elementary school at recess and just listen, man. I tell you what, those kids know how to have fun. It always constantly amazes me when I hear them. This is what an elementary school playground sounds like at recess time. Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. And if you remember when you were in elementary school, I remember when I was in elementary school, man, we did have fun at recess. Wasn't it the highlight of your day? And how much fun was it to run as fast as you could and knock down one of your friends out on the playground? Oh yeah, that was fun. Well, when I hear those kids today, at the age of 52, I often think to myself, I need to be having that much fun. That is how life was intended to be, and I need to be making the decisions and setting the priorities and arranging my life so that it is as good as the Creator intended it to be from the beginning. And I encourage you to do the same, okay? And I suggest to you that this book is vitally important to understanding how life ought to be lived. Listen, this is the first time any of us have been here on the planet, okay? You've never grown up before. Every new year that comes along and every new experience is new. And you don't have often the benefit of experience to let you know what decision to make. And that's the importance of the owner's manual. That is why it is key. Just like the owner's manual is important for a pickup truck. You know, what do you know about designing pickup trucks? What do you know about internal combustion temperatures? Yeah, right. So, what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about moral choices, and I'm talking about practical decisions in life that everybody makes.